Okay, so tuloy natin yung discussion. So with the requirements, as I've told you, 80% will be in the long exam. So there are 4 long exams. Okay. And then 20% is the quizzes. So yung quizzes yung meron tayo. We might have our first quiz as early as next meeting. Okay. So as I've told you, if ever you miss exam, for some valid reason, you will be given a makeup depende sa na-miss yung exam. Okay. So the exam is online. It is already what we call scheduled on a certain date. So I would say as early as now, you mark it in your calendar. So I think October 14 is the first one. So that's more than a month from now. Okay, so it's online. It's a multiple choice, tapos may calculation doon. And you will be prepared for that, what we call exam. That's usually the way I try to help the students, that whenever they take the exam, I make sure that they help them prepare themselves for that. Okay? So, alin pa tayo? Miss exam. So grade transmutation. Okay? So this is the equivalent that you have. If you want to get a 1, you need to get at least a 95% in your overall standing. Okay? And then this is how the grades is going to be. But my advice to my student is always to aspire that you learn something, not to aim for a certain grade. Okay, because if you aim for a grade, most likely you're going to end up disappointed at the end of the semester. But if you aim to learn something with regards to the materials that we have, the grades comes easier. Okay, so pag may natutunan nyo yung material, mas madali makakuha yung desired grade ninyo kaysa naman, oh, I want to get the grade of A without learning anything. Okay, so the way that I have a motto in my class, I always tell my students, whether it's US or what we call in the Philippines, okay, the course is just the letters in the word chemistry. Okay, so to pass the course, you have to do what the letters tells you to do. This one. But alam naman natin, yung mga estudyante, matigas ang ulo, they want it their way. Okay? So at the end of the semester, what will happen? The letters in the name chemistry can rearrange themselves. And this is the thing that they will ask at the end of the semester. Okay? Because they want it their way. Okay? So they may ask themselves, Christ, why me? Okay? Sabi niya sa kanta, what you're going to do now? Okay? You want to build a good memories or a bad memories in this course? It's up to you. Okay? So, ang option mo lang, you try to do it the chemistry way or you do it your way, which is just at the end of the semester, you may ask yourself, Christ, why me? Ba't ako bumagsak? Or bakit ganito lang yung grade ko? So you ask yourself, I am not your main problem here. Who do you think will be your problem? Anyone? Sino yung kalaban nyo? Sino kalaban nyo dito? Sid.
Sarili po namin.
Yep. It's how you're going to beat yourself. Whenever you come here in UP, the competition is not against your classmate. Okay? It's against yourself. I remember when I arrived there, valedictorian ako. The classmate ko, valedictorian din ng ibang school. Okay? So it's how you're going to beat yourself. Madali pumasok sa UP. mahirap lumabas. Okay? Because it's the survival of the fittest. You are the cream of the crop, the best of the best, according to Miriam Santiago. It's either UP or others. So that is the challenge. I may be based on abroad, but I have taught in UP for several years before I came here, and the online setup gave me the opportunity to at least share whatever I have learned or experienced here in the US with students there in the Philippines. So I don't know if you can consider yourself lucky na yung teacher ninyo ay hindi based dyan sa UPLB, but okay, I always have high expectation for UP students. So you ask yourself, I'm giving you the challenge about this. Okay? Madali ang Chem 18 if you come from, let's say, a Philippine Science High School or any of the regional science high school. Okay? Usually yun yung advantage nila because some of you has taken chemistry before. So most of the topic that we have is just a repetition of what you have taken before. I experienced it during my time. Okay. My dorm mates, they don't study a night before. They drank. Ako, nag-study, but our score remains the same. Okay, at the end of the exam. Pero doon lang yung advantage nila. Once we go to the major, okay, everything is what we call on equal footing. Okay? So questions so far? Tanong, huwag kayong mahiya. Okay? Kasi ayaw kong mag-assume. If you're going to spell out the word, the letters in the assume, you know what I mean. Okay? Yes, Lennon.
Sir, yung pong sa mag-a-apply lang po ba sa examination yung pong may miss?
Yung
Pag itong kumuha ng makeup.
Oo, mag-a-apply
Yung
lang yun sa exam. Kasi yung sa quiz, I can assure you that siguro, let's say, mag-cancel tayo ng 2 or 3. Because if ever you miss more than 3 quizzes, so that means, ano na yon, habitual absentees na yun. So ang main of game lang naman dito is yung participation. Because we don't want you to be left out. Kaya I'm going to try at least mag-meet tayo once a week. But for the first few weeks, we're going to meet until makikita ko na, ma-establish ko na yung ano ninyo, study habits ninyo. Kasi ayaw ko yung, kaya natin gawin yan a night before. Mahirap maiwanan. Okay? So the name of the game, in all chemistry courses that I taught, I always tell my students, don't be left behind. Yes, Rex?
Every meeting po ba, mainly for questions lang po or magtuturo pa rin po?
Well, it depends. Kasi nga, sabi ko sa inyo, if ever walang magtanong, walang mag-email na magtanong, I'm going to, discuss just maybe some of the main points doon sa chapter. Kasi, ang mangyari kasi, students usually are passive. They will not ask question. Kasi may magka-pride. Ayaw ko magtanong. Baka sabihin nila, BO ako pag nagtanong ako. Okay? So I will always have my own material. So ang ano ninyo, you have the modules, okay? And in addition to that, I'm going to give you the links doon sa mga recorded lecture. So yun sa mga recorded lecture, yun yung lecture na binibigay ko dito sa klase ko. And you can hear some students asking questions there. So that's a straight English. I'm not requiring you to buy any book. Okay, as long as you have the material, practice the question there. There are some self-assessment question there. I think you can survive the course. Tingnan ko kung may questions sa ano. Okay. Wala. So, I'm just going to go to the materials kasi meron pa doon. Oh, by the way, can you put your real name? Kasi sa attendance purpose, tumitingin kasi ako kung sino yung naka-login at for how much time. So kung screen name yung gagamitin nyo, baka hindi ko makita sa listahan ng ano ko, attendance. So, there are a lot of instructor. If I'm not mistaken, kung bilangin niyo to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 instructor in this course. Okay. Okay. So hindi lang ako yung nagtuturo nito. And there is, wala na yung no fail policy. Kasi noon, because of the pandemic, they have this no fail policy. Now, kung hindi ka uma-attend or bagsak yung mga ano mo, score mo, you will be given a grade of what we call 5. And you already know my name, okay? E.R.E. Mojica at up.edu.ph. And house rules that we have, so be kind to yourself and to others in pandemic. So do not worry about too much. Don't be too anxious. If ever may tanong kayo, I'm always here. I'll try my best to help you as long as it's chemistry question. If it's financial and love life, hindi ako yung expert dyan. Okay? So do your best to follow the schedule based doon sa course guide. So time management. Kaya nga ang main kalaban nyo dito is yung sarili ninyo. Okay? So if you cannot pass a specific requirement, designated time, let me know and explain the reason. Okay? Tao lang din naman kami, naiintindihan din namin kung nagkakaproblema kayo. But the thing is, if you don't tell us, we will never know. Okay? So, yun yung ina-emphasize ko, we need to have communication and community build up. So mamaya siguro papaano ko kayo isa-isa, pakilala kayo. Okay? Because I think most of you don't know each other. So the main motto that we have here in UP is honor and excellence. Okay? So wala naman kayong gagawing mga report dito eh. So I don't think this will apply to you, but when you go to the lab, I think this will be applicable. Ang gusto ko lang anuhin sa inyo dito is, pag nag-exam kayo, do it yourself. Okay? Iba sa inyo, discord tayo, answer natin yung exam sabay-sabay. So question. So ito na yung mga sa mga attendance eh. So ang sa akin lang, when I see that the number of students decrease sa synchronous class, magbibigay ako ng quiz sa araw na yun. Okay? So ang mangyayari doon, yun yung parang ano ko, attendance ko. Ito yung laging pumapasok. So question, yes. Laynon.
Regarding po rin sa sinasabi niyo po na pagkakaunti po yung ano, yung nakapasok sa synchronous. Yun lang po ba yung instance na hindi po announce yung quiz?
Hindi, ang sasabihin ko nga sa inyo, with the group chat, by now we're going to meet every meeting. But there will come a time that we're going to meet at least once a week na lang. Okay, kailangan ko muna establish yung study, habits nyo eh. Kasi pag hindi natin ginawa yun, okay lang hindi magbasa. Hindi naman tayo mag-meet. So parang ganun yung mangyayari. Ayaw ko yung mindset na ganun. ang mindset ko is at least, okay, kailangan magbasa kayo, kailangan up to date kayo, or in ano kayo doon, at pace kayo doon sa schedule sa course guide. How will I know that? So, attend kayo, magtatanong kayo. Kung hindi kayo magtatanong, meron akong nakaano na materials na i-discuss. Kasi right now, we are what? I think this is 23. We're 25 earlier. So right now, we're 23. But as we go on, I can expect it to drop. Okay? So saan ko aanuhin yun? So this is one way to compensate yung mga na-attend, di ba? Siguro naman, okay lang i-reward kung laging na-attend yung mga student kaysa dun sa mga hindi na-attend. Yun yung parang policy na ini-implement ko dito. Yung ibang lecture pa nga, sasabihin nila, pag hindi sila umattend, hindi ko sila bibigyan ng recorded lecture. It's up to the lecturer to have that policy. That's why I'm trying to clear that as early as now. Tanong? Tapos, ano yung una kong sinabi sa inyo? You need to do the correct receipts. So the next thing that you need to do, yung terms and conditions daw. So I'm going to go back to them kasi pina-follow ko lang kasi yung guidelines nila eh. There are other what we call courses on this one. So I have to follow kung ano yung sinabi sa akin. So home. So pupunta daw kayo doon sa conditions. Ano yun? So andito yung correct receipt, terms and conditions. Is this one? Okay. Class policy, house rule. I think ito na yun nandoon kasama. I think dito sa files. Merong requirements doon sa modules, and then after the modules, meron siyang tinatawag na please something to click on the modules to content click on the statement. So ito yung modules, yung statement. Siguro email ko na lang sa iyo. Ngayon lang ako I have taught this course, but this is the first time that I use the modules. Kasi noon Google Meet yung ginamit namin. Not yet. Not that one. YouTube. Oh, YouTube. May isa pa akong kailangan ano eh. So yung correct receipt requirements, I think this is the one. The statement. So ito yung gagawin ninyo. It's just that you were given the instruction on this policy that we have discussed. So parang maglagay lang kayo ng statement I, state your name hereby that I have read, understood, and agreed to the course policy of Chem 18. Ilagay nyo lang ito sa isang papel, then your name and signature, tapos maglagay kayo ng witness. Tapos isubmit nyo sa akin. So, first is the prerequisite. Okay? So, yung prerequisite na meron kayo, ito yun, prerequisite agreement. So, i-download nyo to. Nakikita nyo ba to sa Canvas?
Yes po.
Okay? I-download nyo yan. Isa yan sa mga isa-submit nyo this week. And then, yung isa, yung statement. So, parang copy nyo na lang to sa papel. Tapos, pirmahan nyo. Then, mapirma kayo sa isang estudyante as witness. And then, submit nyo rin this week. Tapos, ano yung isa pang statement? Ito na yun. And the last one is yung survey. And then maybe this weekend, I will ask you to take the diagnostic test just to determine your knowledge on chemistry. Okay lang magkamali kayo. It's fine. Hindi nyo kailangan perfectin. Hindi naman siya graded. It's just me looking at your brain kung gaano karaming gray area ang nasa chemistry. I think that's it for now. May tanong ba bago tayo mag-personal ano? Yes, Laynon.
Sir, dalawa po yung statement.
Oh,
Di
isa
parehas
lang
po
yung
namin
pareho lang
sasabihin.
yun, pareho lang yung ano doon, yung nakalagay. So if I'm going to what we call summarize yung ano natin. Oops. So meron tayong yung prerequisite form saka yung statement form. So lahat pareho yan kailangan ng autograph nyo. Yung statement form kailangan ng extra autograph as witness. Tapos yung isa ay yung survey which some of you already done. Tapos we will start next meeting. So I would suggest you read on what we call the chapter. And then I'm going to post dito sa Canvas natin sa announcement yung link ng lecture ko. Okay? So we have 3 meetings on that, but depende kung magagamit ba natin yung 3 meetings na yun, okay, to finish module 1. Ano pang kalimutan pa ako? Tapos yung ating what we call Facebook. Okay, so I'm not requiring you to be my friend, but at least there's a way for us to communicate outside the class. I'm trying to look. Because just to show you how I communicate with my students. So usually I have that 137B, 137B2. Okay. So at least when we have that, maano natin ngayon, kung meron kayong tanong, doon nyo na lang maano. Okay? So, paano natin gagawin to? Someone, friend na ba kayo sa isa't isa? You can send me a PM. So this is, and maybe I'll do it for everyone. Yung parang, ano kayo tawag dito? Sabihin nyo lang U2 kasi may isa pa akong section eh. So this is my web page. You can just set PM. So this is, if you're going to look, so I just came there. I arrived here 2 weeks ago. So this is overlooking Tagaytay. So Mojica, I'm from Cavite. Yan yung gagawin natin for the remaining time. Hanggang ma-kick out tayo or at least 11:25 because I have a class after this. Sa tanong, before I turn off the recording. Yes, John.
Sir, yung sa core requisite po yung student signature, okay lang pong digital or kailangan po namin i-print yung...
Kahit digital lang. Basta ikaw yun. Yun lang yung ano na aware ka doon. Kasi ang ano lang doon sa core requisite, pag bagsak ka sa isa, bagsak ka doon sa kabila.
Okay po.
So
Thank you po.
hindi mo pwedeng i-drop yung isa kasi automatically, let's say ano yan pag apektado yung isa, apektado yung isa pang section. It's a lecture lab. Ang story kasi niyan noon, yung lecture lab magkasama. Okay? Pero ngayon hiniwalay nila. So ang inaano na yun, I would suggest you read the statement there. Okay? So tanong, yes, Linon.
Sir, PPM po kayo ng section po namin ano.
U2.
PP. Opo.
Section U2 kayo. Yung kasunod, V2. So
I mean, PPM po sa inyo, sir.
10 p.m. Yeah, 10 p.m. kami ngayon. So may 10 minutes na lang tayo. Wala, talaga tong Zoom na to
Sir, sorry po, pero parang
ano?
sabi ko po yan, PM.
10 p.m. kami ngayon dito.
Private. Listen po, ipa-private message po ba kayo?
Private message. Akala ko PM yung time ko. Yeah, private message na lang ako doon. Tapos kapag naano ko na kayo, i-group ko kayo lahat.
Okay po.
So siguro yung ano natin getting to know what I'm going to do sa discussion board, I'll ask you to tawag dito yung say about yourself, taga saan kayo. Okay? So at least there's a what we call connection. May magkakilala ba dito? Wala.
Meron po.
Kasi pag ano ko sa'yo sa camera, baka iba sa inyo, hindi pa naliligo But I'm already used na talking to a computer na walang nasagot. It's been since 2020. Although face-to-face na kami dito sa what we call sa university. So if you want to have an idea, so ano ko na yung aking